Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene. You guys are watching Lubed for, let me get the banner up, for December the 7th, 2023, episode 19 for season 3. I'm kind of lost for words right now because what I just witnessed the last night between the Edmonton Oilers and the Carolina Hurricanes was mind-blowing. I'm back on board, guys. I am 100% back on board. I think they will now make the playoffs, even though I was saying that they'll eat my words. But yes, I'm eating my words tonight on this episode. That was an unbelievable game. That was the best I think I've seen them play in a long time. And if they can play like that, not only will they make the playoffs, but they will win that Stanley Cup if they can continue playing the way they did last night. Yeah, could have been a bad night for the Carolina Hurricanes. But man, the Oilers came out with energy, scoring 2 quick goals under a minute into the game. I can't complain. Really well played game. So proud of them. I'm sure all of Oil Nation is. Let's just hope they can keep it going and sustain it. But yeah, what I saw last night, I am convinced 100% that yeah, they're good enough to make the playoffs. Even though what we witnessed like literally a month ago and how I was in the dumps and saying, yeah, it's over. Boy, did they really turn it around. I don't know what Knobloch has got them doing differently, but I think, honestly, I think Woody's message was almost starting to turn, I don't know, like Dave Tippett, who's kind of almost doing that same thing, using his big guns all the time and not letting the other teams. And what worked for Woody when he first got there was he was utilizing everyone. So I'm hoping that this isn't a rinse and repeat every 2 years. Oh, now, now he's doing the same thing that they were doing, and then we get a new coach and all that. Unbelievable. What a game. This is going to be a pretty good episode. I had to redo some of the graphics here, and I'm going to simplify it a little bit, just because of time constraints. But I'm going to try to maybe even come on a little bit more often during the week and not just do 2 episodes. I'm going to streamline it, yet try to come on a little bit more often. So we'll see. I'm just going to kind of dabble with it for a bit. But yeah, they're back, baby. What a game. Very, very, very impressive game. All right, guys. Yeah. 6-1. 6-1, man. Like 6-1 in Hyman. That's why I was going to actually wear my Hyman jersey, but I mean, they were at home, so I did wear my Leon Draisaitl home jersey, but wow, Hyman looks good as an Oiler, man. I think he looks better as an Oiler than he ever did as a Maple Leaf. That's the one good guy we got out of Toronto. The other one, I don't know. We're still trying to figure out where he's at. He was doing lights out a week ago in Bakersfield, but now he's kind of went back to his same old thing. So, and it seems like the trade rumors have kind of dampened a little bit for a goaltender. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But yeah, very, very, very impressive game. Okay, let's get into this scoring summary and the stats of last night's game. I'm just going to get this into full screen so I can read it a little bit easier. So yeah, it was Ryan McLeod, 26 seconds into the game, making it 1-0. And I kid you not, at 41 seconds into the game, it was a 2-0 game for the Edmonton Oilers. Then 5 minutes later, Zach Hyman would get his first of 3, as he would score at, let me just see here. Let me pull that up. Oops, I'm messing with that graphic. Just 1 second. Okay. Yeah. So Zach Hyman would get his first one or his second one at 5:46. Or sorry, his first one at 5:46, and then score his second at 14:03. At this point in time, they already switched goalies. They switched goalies actually after the third one. 4-0 after the first period. Then it was Warren Fogle making it 5-0 at 2:49 of the second period. Jordan Staal would tally one for Carolina at 7:06. Zach Hyman would get the hat trick at 9:35. Just an unbelievable game by the Edmonton Oilers. Like a perfect demonstration of how they need to play and what they need to do well. Stuart Skinner stops, what is it? He stopped what did he, I can't, sorry guys, I don't have my proper reading glasses on right now, so I can't really read, but you'll have to just look at the graphic there. An amazing, amazing effort by Skinner. I can't say enough. I can't say enough. Now, there is some upsetting news here. As we learned earlier this week, that Philip Broberg wants out. He has requested a trade from the organization. I don't know about you guys. I'm okay with it. I personally don't think he has been the lights out player that they saw at the Ivan Halinka tournament. I believe it was 2018 or 2019, something like that. He was drafted 8th overall by the Oilers and really touted as, even by Victor Hedman. This is the funny thing. By Victor Hedman's own admission, he said that he thinks he's going to be like him, which is kind of showing a bit of an ego, I guess. But he hasn't really panned out. He's made a lot of mistakes. He's tripping over sticks. And he's just complaining that he's not getting the ice time and all that kind of stuff. So that's where he wants to move on to somewhere else. This is, I don't know, it's something with the Nordic country players that come in. And it seems like when the going gets bad, they want out. We saw this with Patrick Laine in Winnipeg. We saw this with our guy, Puljujärvi there. He wanted out. Like, your ice time is going to come, but you have to earn it. And when you get that opportunity, you have to run with it. And I think that's the problem with Philip Broberg. Ekholm kind of put it one thing Ekholm said in his interview is, you have to listen to the coach to a certain extent, but there's a certain point where you have to kind of do your own thing. Because you are the player who you are. It got you where you are from being the player you are, not by necessarily listening to the demands of a coach. They're not like he says, the coach is never going to give you hell if you go your way and score a goal, right? But if you go your way and not do things where it leads to a goal, then you're going to get, burnt down. But thing is, you got to play to your strengths and your abilities. And that's what Ekholm basically mentioned. That's how he got better. So we wish Broberg the best when this comes. I personally think package him up. I'm pretty sure there'd be a team out there that would be interested in him. And if we can get somehow Campbell involved in there and get ourselves a goalie to help Skinner out, that would be something pretty good. Like I said, the trade talks for the goaltending has seemed to cool off quite a bit, but we'll see. Regardless, right now, what I'm seeing out of the Edmonton Oilers, I'm pretty impressed. Stuart Skinner can definitely take the reins with it. Okay, guys, up next is the Minnesota Wild tomorrow. The Wild are a team that has been the Oilers' nemesis for a couple years under Dean Evison, though. Now they're under a new coach, and I had his name in my head, but I can't quite remember. Regardless, I saw Luke Gazdic talking about him because Luke Gazdic had him for a little while. And he's a very straight shooter. He wants John Hyams. That's who it is. John Hyams. Very straight shooter. You have to do things his way, or he definitely lets you know. So I don't, and that's what I would think Dean Evanson was when he was on the Minnesota Wild. But regardless, the Oilers seem to have troubles against the Wild historically the last couple of years. I don't know what their record. I should have pulled up that stat. We'll see if they can break that trend tomorrow with the way they are playing right now. I can't see why they wouldn't. But who knows? Um, as some of the stat comparisons that we're going to see, just going to get that full screen again. Okay, so the Minnesota Wild are 15th overall for goals, scoring 3.22 per game. Meanwhile, the Oilers are 7th, scoring 3.43. Shots on goals, the Wild are 14th, again, middle of the pack. Meanwhile, the Oilers are 3rd. Power play, the Wild is 20th. Meanwhile, the Oilers are 6th. Still not quite up to the caliber of what they were playing last year. Face-offs, Minnesota really struggling on the dot as they are 30th in the league. The Oilers have actually improved their face-off this year, now at 10th in the league, which is a 51.2. Shooting percentage, the Wild are tied for 13th. Meanwhile, the Oilers are, again, tied for 13th with them. So that's kind of right on the mark with both of them. For goals allowed, Minnesota's tied for 25th, and the Oilers are tied for 25th. So you can see this is going to be an even strength kind of game. Shots on goal, the Minnesota Wild are 16th with 30.4. The Oilers are 7th with 29. Penalty minutes, the Wild are 12th with averaging 12 minutes per game. The Oilers are 25th, averaging 11.1. Did I read that stat correctly? 12th. Yeah. And last but not least, the penalty kill for the Minnesota Wild is 13th in the league at 71.1. And the Oilers are 78.7, making them 18th in the league. So one thing, the penalty kill is a little bit weak on the Oilers, but they're getting better. They are getting better at that stat. So we'll see what happens. They got Marc-Andre Fleury listed here. He has no shutouts yet. Stuart Skinner has been playing very, very well, but he's also got the team playing in front of him very, very well. And he does have one shutout. And he is right now at an 88.9. Oh, my eyesight is horrible. Sorry, guys. I believe it says 88.9. I can't quite read that graphic. But yeah, both teams are actually playing very well as the Wild are coming into this game with a 4-game winning streak. The Oilers on a 5-game heater. So this could be good. This could be a very even match. I don't think it's going to be what we saw yesterday against Carolina. I think this is going to be, if I was to predict, it's going to be 3-2 for, I don't know which way it's going to go, though. I don't know if it's going to be the Wild or the Oilers. I'd like to say the Oilers with how they are playing, but we'll see how it actually rolls out when it's all done and said. Okay, guys, so that brings us to the poll question. And this involves, it involves Broberg because he's kind of the big story this week. Let me just get that one. Where do you side? Are you in favor of a Broberg trade or not? And I'm going to give you 3 options this time because it's so fresh that I think you guys deserve a third one. And because you might be undecided because you haven't thought about it. So I'm going to give you the undecided factor on this one. I don't like to do the undecided thing. I like to give you a yes or no. But because this is so fresh, I thought I would give you guys that little bit of slack. Yes, no, or undecided. Scan the QR code there. I'm just going to drop this banner real quick here. Just so I don't know if it's going to interrupt with your camera. Scan that QR code. It will take you to the voting And we'll see what happens. We'll see what you guys think regarding that. But yeah, I'm personally, I haven't voted yet, but I am in favor of a Broberg trade. I have not seen enough of in the couple of years or 3 years that he's been an Oiler to say, hey, yeah, no, he's a keeper. So for me, I'm definitely in favor of it. If he doesn't want to play here, why waste our time? We wasted too much time on Pugliarvi. Why waste our time on him? Let him move on and hopefully wish him well somewhere else. And that takes us to, I believe, the final thoughts and see if there's anything. No comments from you guys tonight. So we're going to leave it there. My final thought is I'm happy to be eating my words. I am 100% happy to be eating my words and to be back on board. I always told you guys I'll never give up on the Oilers as a team. I will never give up, but I will give up on the realistic possibility of a playoff or not playoff. And I actually did 100% give up. I really didn't think there was a hope in hell. But what I've seen out of this team in the last few weeks, or since Knobloch basically took over, it's given me a reason to believe. And they beat some pretty good teams pretty handily. Like that Carolina win last night. I was texting my buddy like, what the hell am I actually watching here? It was insane. So good of a game. I was so proud of him. I came into work with a big smile on my face. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys did it. That probably made your evening last night. So tomorrow night they play the Minnesota Wild. We will see how they do against a team that has notably given them issues in the past. All right, guys. I guess that'll be a wrap for me tonight. As always, if you like the content that I bring you, feel free to hit like, share, and subscribe. Try to pass it on. And once again, they're back, baby. They are back. Okay, guys, I'm out. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay hydrated. We will talk soon.